What's up, guys? Welcome to class, and welcome to class number 400. Man, it's a lot of videos on this site now. This class is part one in a course on dominant chords. Let's see, juicy dominant chords that aren't really dominant chords. What is that? Briefly, the concept here is that for a chord to be a dominant chord, it needs to have a major third and a minor seventh. If it doesn't have that, it's not a dominant chord. Often those notes are played on the third and fourth string, for example, like this. In an A7 you play the root here on the bottom and the seventh and the third. Very common way to do it. Problem on guitar is that we only have 6 strings, right? And so if we use up these strings here, we don't really have many more options to color. Well, we have quite a few options, but you know, all those common dominant chords that we use kind of circle around that third and that minor seventh. So yeah, a piano player could play those two notes and just play anything he would, you know, anywhere, and have the notes close together or far apart. But on guitar, it's a bit hard to have the notes close. So the idea with these juicy dominant chords that aren't really dominant chords is that in context, let's say you're playing a 2-5-1, where the 5 chord is being played. It can be perceived as a dominant chord even though it really isn't. And by really isn't, I mean that there is maybe the third isn't there or the seventh isn't there. It still feels like a dominant chord, and it will be heard like a dominant chord. So what I wanted to kind of get into is all those you know, fantastic voicings that we can do once we don't have to play both the third and the seventh. If this is, I mean, if this what I say about 37 is, if that's new to you, you should check out the jazz chord voice leading course. You'll find that in the rudiment section under chords. You know, we go through all the rudiments and all, you know, all the chords you can play on top of having the seventh and the third in there as well. But right now we're gonna play some voicings that haven't. So look at example number 1. We're gonna play, basically in this lesson, we're gonna play a 2-5-1 in the key of D. So we're gonna play E minor, A7 and D. Example 1 is, you know, the standard voicings that you've probably seen a million times before. That's E minor 11, A13 to a D 6-9 kind of voicing. Example 2 is E minor 11 to the altered alternative, A altered, or A flat 13, 7 flat 13 to D. So that's what we're gonna, you know, this is the area we're gonna stay in, and I'm gonna keep this A on top on all the voicings that we're gonna do today, you know. So it really opens up fantastic possibilities to have inner voices movement, and also some of the voicing, you just sound really, you know, different because it's really not so common on guitar to play these kind of voicings. We always kind of, you know, I guess we are afraid to do something wrong, so we always keep that seventh and third in there, most of us. And the reason it's in the key of D is that I'm gonna play open strings. And the altered version, example 2. Okay, let's go to example number 3. Now, didn't that feel like a dominant chord? A little bit different, but it feels like a dominant. Well, it has no major third. It's a minor 7th, sharp 9, flat 13, and root. sounds, you know, it has that bluesy quality. That's really nice. See, it's how it sounds arpeggiated. It's, you know, it clearly leads down to D. So that was example 3. Example 4. And the last one, example number 7. It's a bit strange too, but this one I kind of like. Yeah. Same as the example 6, only instead of a flat 9 we have natural 9. Right? Very nice. Try to play it arpeggiated as well. You'll hear things that you don't necessarily hear when you play the chords. Okay, so that's the last one for now. There's a bunch of more that I wanted to show you during this course. And I think, you know, as with all things, you'll find your own favorites, right? Maybe you know, it's a matter of taste too. Maybe you don't like this sound. Maybe you like this one or this. You know, they have their own. Yeah, they all have their own qualities. So yeah, have fun with this, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.